What is up, everybody? Lyle, no hippie trucking and transportation out here relaxing hard. Just gonna wait a minute for a few people come in here. If you happen to be catching this on the replay. If anybody happens to be in here, I'm chilling out here at the Loves in Richmond, Indiana. Redneck Nation Trucking. I am doing all right out here today, man. I'm just relaxing, man. Relaxing. Let's see, Justin Hale. Dang, you've been MIA on us. What's up, no hippie? Man, I'm gonna tell you, like the title said, 334's in 2 weeks. A lot of times I haven't been able to get in the groove because I've been relaxing so much, and sometimes that kind of bleeds over. I just get back there and just start chilling rather than doing a video. But that's kind of where my head's at right now. Eddie, what's up, New Mexico? Boy, I heard the weather was not all that great out there. 40 yesterday. Live, hey, what's up? So, like the title said, Barca or Madrid, I'm not sure what that means. Like the title says, I'm on my third 34 in like 2 weeks. Now this is actually going to be more like a, actually this is probably going to be more like a 48. But my philosophy's always been to survive the winter and make money in the summer. So when I got this load, I could have turned the load down. I saw it had some time on it, all that kind of stuff. But I was like, you know what? It's going where I want to go. It's going to one of my favorite receivers. So let me just go ahead and take that load. Now, some of it could have been a few days ago. I ended up shutting down or not delivering a load. Let me say that. Not delivering a load because there was going to be a blizzard in Kansas City. Winds between 40 and 45 miles an hour with gusts up to 70 miles an hour. I stopped. I was delivering at the Sam's Club Walmart DC in Edgerton, Kansas. I stopped at this Quick Trip a mile away. It was not an OTIF load, so I could have delivered it whenever I wanted. So that morning, called my fleet manager and I said, hey man, I'm thinking about just running this load in. It's not an OTIF load, correct? Just want to make sure. He's like, right, you know, they may not take you. I was like, you know what, I got to give it a try. So I got there about 10, 11 in the morning, tried to get unloaded, and they would not unload me. So I went back to the truck stop, and my delivery was supposed to be at 10 p.m. The blizzard was supposed to start at 9 p.m. Now, I wouldn't have had a problem getting to the receiver. My problem was, what am I going to do when I'm unloaded? And I asked them, hey, if the weather's bad, are you going to allow people to stay overnight? They said no. So about 7 p.m. I made the call not to deliver that load. So I ended up delivering it the next day at noon. So that cost me a day right there, and probably has a lot to do with, you know, it kind of was a domino effect. But I did end up getting a better load to Springfield than I thought I was going to get coming out of there. Because at first, when they thought I was going to deliver on time, they were trying to give me a load going to Georgia and then drop the load in Springfield. And I was like, man, that's just out of the way too much. So I decided not to go that route, or I couldn't go that route because I wasn't delivering. So I ended up getting a load from. Man, I don't know if these comments are showing up or not. I might have to grab my other phone. But I ended up getting a load out of that Hostess plant or Hostess DC in Edgerton, Kansas, taking that to Associated Grocers in Springfield, Missouri. What's up, Slime Pack? I mentioned you in a video I have coming up talking about upgrading from TNT to your own truck. But yeah, I ended up taking that load to Springfield. It was a day run. Had not too much time on it, but I got to Springfield at about 11. No, not 11. I got there about noon, and I wasn't delivering until 8 p.m. So I stopped at the terminal. I did not even walk inside the building. Stopped at the terminal, posted up there until I was going to deliver, went there to deliver, got held up there for about 8 hours at the dock, and PC'd over to the terminal to get the rest of my 2 hours in to get my 10. And then I picked up this load in Rogers, Arkansas, coming out here to Richmond, Indiana. Picked it up on Friday, and it doesn't deliver till Monday. I got out here Saturday, so like I said, I'm gonna get about 2 days to chill here. But this is absolutely unusual for me. But like I said, it's winter. I could have thought of a bunch of worse places I could have been. I could have been up there in Nebraska and Iowa with all that snow, or I could have been down there in northern Texas with all that snow. So I just said, you know what? Let me just chill. So the main reason I left Prime was getting 34's almost all summer long. FM's saying if I trained, I wouldn't be sitting on much. I've never had that problem personally. I started a 34 myself on 6-day load from Minnesota to Washington. Should I be a trucker, man? I don't know. That's a hard one. As dumb as it sounds, I mean, the industry I came out of was even more, there was more dropout than trucking. But I would literally say that there are more people in the Navy SEALs after 3 years than trucking in 3 years. So a lot of people think they might want to get into trucking, but a lot of people fall out. It's the easiest job in the world, but it's the most dedication. Chillin in Three Forks. All right. Associated Grocers in Missouri is on my blacklist. They got turtles unloaded. Hey, free money for me. I got paid. Listen, my delivery time was 8:30. I got paid detention after 2 hours, so 10:30. I left at 4:30, so 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:33. 6 hours of free money for a sleep break I had to take anyway. I'm good with that. Tito's and Soda, what's up from Houston? What's going on? I don't necessarily like his music all that much, but one of my favorite people in music is from Houston, and we're talking about what it do, Paul Wall, baby. Justin, it's no better in Oklahoma City. Yeah, I'm telling you, I saw that weather. I want to know if it's worth starting a fleet or stay with one truck, man. Listen, I don't want to tell anybody what to do and what not to do. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that you got to think about when you think about having more than one truck. I've never had such a weight lifted off my shoulder than when I got down to one truck, when all I had to worry about was me and what I was doing. There's just so much stuff that, you know, it could be truck problems. So now if a truck is down, now you got to still make the truck payment. You got to pay the driver downtime, and you got to pay for a hotel room or something like that. That right there can erase damn near all your profit for an entire year, because it's not like you're making that much. And I heard through the grapevine that Prime might start making fleet owners pay the 401k match on their company drivers. So there's even more money coming out. So I'm not sure that it depends on where you're at in life. Listen, I'm near the end, okay, as far as my working career goes. But if you were to ask me personally, think about how good I could have had it if I would have wanted to do it. I was at a point where I could have had 2 paid off trucks running, and I still said, you know what, I don't want to do it. Finding drivers is hard to find. If you got a good driver, or if you find a good driver, that can change. It can't change everything, but it can change a lot of things. But you know, a lot of times you're gonna have turnover with drivers, things like that. Trying to find drivers is pretty hard, and for every week that truck is sitting while you're looking for a driver is some more money lost. And it's a fine line between paying too much and not paying enough. So think real deep into that before you do it. Personally, the money that you can make with one truck, especially if that truck is paid off, is way more than I need to make. All right, Tyree, I'm 1 foot out the door at my company. It's too much sitting going on and too much time on these loads. Like I said, this is rare for me to be sitting like this. But like I said, this winter has not been the most pleasant winter. That's why I took a month off. What was that, February? Whenever it was. I took a month off, and I did it primarily because of the winter. And like I said, I could have turned this load down, but what am I going to get? A load going somewhere that I don't want to go? As a matter of fact, I almost was thinking, you know what? Let me hit up the dispatchers and let them know I'm available for a repower. But I was like, no. I'm happy where I'm at right here. I'm happy with where I'm delivering. I'm happy with where I'm going to be getting a washout. I'm happy with the truck stop I'm at. And I'm most likely happy with where I think I'm going to be going when I pick up next. So I decided to just relax, man. I'm 31 and trying to get, Redneck Nation Trucking. I'm 31 trying to see where I want to go with this. Well, the good thing is at 31 years old, it may not seem like it, but you have so much further ahead of you. Dope Strings, I just listened to one of your lives the other night as I was going to sleep. I'm sitting 2, received a load for Sunday afternoon on Friday. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm not bitching. I'm just putting it out there. That's kind of what's going on. I'm leasing with Prime. I like it. I make enough to pay my bills and have a little bit. All right, Justin Hale, I know you got 3 years to run with the paid off truck. Are you going to get another truck once your truck gets pushed off? I will probably get one more truck when that happens. And that would be my last one. And it would probably just be like a straight up, it would probably just be no graphics, no nothing. It's going to be a truck that I could just easily get up off of when it's time to sell or whatever I'm going to do. They hired too many people over here now trying to spread the loads out evenly, and everybody gets 2 loads a week. That's not working for me. I was thinking about this. Personally, I'm never going to be the one to bitch about anybody at Trans Am. As a matter of fact, I'd like to talk to one of those people and see kind of what their feelings are. I was going to talk to one a while back, but it was too damn cold to get out and talk to him. But I don't necessarily care that they have, Trans Am trucks pulling prime loads or anything like that. That I don't care about. What I do care about is when somebody is saying it's better for me or something like that. Now, like I said, I'm not complaining about anything. But if you tell me we're doing all this, it's for your good, like I said, I've just been out here a few weeks since Trans Am's been on, because I think most of the time they've been on, I was on vacation or home time, whatever. But I just think sometimes what you need to do, if you're a company, is don't oversell stuff. I don't care if having Trans Am pull prime trucks was gonna be better, but it gives the wrong optics when you try to oversell something. Like, it's gonna be better for everybody. You didn't even need to say that. You know what I'm saying? You just needed to say what the deal is and, kind of stop there. All right. Can you put it paid off truck with an advanced fleet? Yeah, you could put a older truck on the A fleet. Trans Am looks like they're getting the loads that even prime company drivers won't take. I don't know what they're hauling, but I've got passed up by a few of them, I can tell you that. Jim H loves big women. That's good to know if there's any big women in the house. So if anybody new or is in training at Prime and they're thinking about what they're going to do when they upgrade, I actually have that video. I'm going to probably post that up tomorrow or later tonight. Just things to consider when you're upgrading. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about clocking him, but he was passing me by pretty fast. Dakota Miller, be about it, Jim. Okay, there you go, Jim. I don't want to have my own numbers. I figured I could find a fleet to let run my truck. That was another thing. If I didn't live in Denver, I was buying a car last time I was on home time, and I was at the dealership, and one of the guys that was there buying a car happened to be a truck driver, and he lives in Denver, and he pulls containers. And he was trying to talk me into that, and I was just like, man, you're talking about the two things I don't like: rail yards or ports, and fucking with that damn snow all year long, all winter long. At least if I'm over the road, I might get, well, Denver doesn't snow all the time, but I don't know, I just couldn't see it being what I'd want to do. Sitting here at the Loves in Hagerstown, Maryland, delivered a load to P&G this morning. Now it looks like I'm down with 19 hours left on my 70. 19 hours on your 70 is like forever. I was having this conversation with somebody earlier today. I would rather run low on my 70 than have a full 70. Why? Because a lot of the loads you're going to get are going to be shorter loads. A lot of times those loads are going to pay more per mile, things like that, especially if you're in a good area. Now, I don't know if I'd want to be up in the Northeast with a low 70. I would not want to be bouncing around up in the Northeast. So that could change things. Or like the Northwest. But if I'm in the middle of the country and I got 9 hours on my clock and I'm getting back 9 or 10 tonight and 8 the next day and 10 the next day, shit, I'd rather be that than a full 70. Hey, Tyree, I don't know what the weather's like out there right now. I know there's a lot of people sitting yesterday. I was watching this storm chaser dude. Man, he was driving through northern Texas and all that stuff, and I was like, damn, thank God I'm not there. Tim Travels, what's up? Just listen to your investment video. Terry, there was a video that, man, you were supposed to be making. I was talking to somebody about it. And shit, I forgot the video you should be making. I think the guy talked to you about it. Damn, I forgot what the video was supposed to be about. Anyway. Alright, Volvo versus Kenworth. I've never had either of those trucks, but if you see Tim Travels in here, he has a Volvo and he hates his Volvo. I'm in Moses Lake, Washington. It was clear the whole way up here. There's a storm coming in. Hurry up and get out of there, from what I heard. Love the new gen Kenworth, but I don't own a Volvo, but I'd own a Volvo over the Kenworth. The new Volvo looks pretty good. I don't know if the inside looks any better. I just don't. I have seen the Volvos inside. I'm not a fan of them. And somebody was asking about Kenworths at Prime. The only problem with the Kenworths at Prime, unless they change something, is you get the base ass Kenworth with like the no digital, like the not the dash, but you don't get the navigation. You don't get like the simulated wood grain interior. You don't. It's just like kind of a stripped down version. So at Prime, I would not choose a Kenworth. My last over the road truck was a V&L 860. Awesome truck. I like the way the new Volvos look. The ones that are, I don't know if they're 25s or 26s, but Michael White passed you on 70 yesterday and tried to reach you on the CB channel 19. What channel? I used 19. I thought I might have heard something, but my volume was down because some motherfucker was on here. Like, he must have been traveling the same direction or close to me, and he just kept talking and talking and talking about shit. So I finally turned it down. That might have been when that happened. Oh, all right. So Michael White is the former trainee that I gave a shower backpack to. So I was up in Springfield and I had a backpack. I just didn't like it. It was a quality backpack. It just, something about the way it zipped. It was like the zipper was always, it was supposed to be extremely waterproof, and I didn't like that when you zipped it up or whatever, it was always kind of getting caught. So he got that backpack. I was just down in Springfield. I put it on Facebook. I had these Peterbilt floor mats to give away. Nobody took me up on that, so I might just throw those away here pretty soon. All right, Michael White upgrade. That's good. Probably Mud Duck. Mike, that was a good ass backpack. I mean, I think that backpack is for like serious backpackers that do a lot of shit in the winter and all that kind of stuff. It was just overkill for me. Redneck Nation, I got these floor mats. They're called TUSPUR. I got them off of Amazon. Less money than the Peterbilt floor mats. Thicker, and you get the third piece. So you get like that piece that goes between the front and the sleeper. So I've replaced those other ones with these. Well, Redneck Trucking Nation, or truck, I was just gonna give them away if somebody saw me, or if anybody sees me out on the road and they have a Peterbilt and don't have floor mats or whatever, then I was just gonna give them away. I wasn't trying to sell them to anybody. I was really trying to give them away to somebody that was upgrading to save them a little bit of money, and then maybe, you know, I think I had some extra tools. I'm in Richmond, Indiana right now at the Loves, 3 miles away from my delivery tomorrow morning. Justin, I don't have the mail log advisor anymore. I don't know what. At first I thought, man, they like switched me off of there because I had mentioned something about being a mail logs advisor. And then I talked to a few more people and they got switched to this other girl now too. So that's not my logs person anymore. But hey, I tell you what, he's definitely trying to work his way up through Prime. That's the way to do it. Well, it's either the quickest way to move up or the quickest way to get bounced out the door. You saw those people in Salt Lake City always trying to be the face of Salt Lake City. All them guys are gone now. Like, so, I don't know. Maybe it's not the right thing to do, but looks like he has an agenda to not necessarily be in logs forever. I'm good. I'm a good ways from you, and I'm headed to Tennessee. Yeah, if anybody sees me around, man, if you just need some Peterbilt floor mats or Kenworth floor mats, these fit. I mean, if you don't mind it saying $579 on it. Yeah, I was actually gonna go in and meet whoever my logs advisor was, because I haven't met him, whether it was the guy or the girl or whoever. But when I was in Springfield, I was like not wanting to get. I don't even think I think I stepped out of the truck to drop the trailer. And I walked in to get my license plate, which was the main reason I was there. And then I delivered my load, came back. I didn't walk in the main building. I didn't walk. I was just in and out. All right. Steve Sherry, what's my thoughts on Mufasa the Lion King? I don't have any thoughts of that. Dick Dickerson, 76 and sunny in Tonopah, Arizona. That's kind of weather I need. Well, I'm in good weather right now, which is why I wasn't pushing to hurry up and get another, why I wasn't complaining about the length of time on this load. Now, one thing it has done is I haven't been able to get in the groove since I came back out on the road. So, when I'm kind of running and I'm dropping loads and picking up loads and everything's kind of staying kind of busy, I don't feel tired. But now it's almost like I'm sitting so much that I'm tired or staying tired. Justin Hale must be a thing then, because I got a new logs last payroll lady and road assist advisor. I got a new road assist advisor. If I need to check. If I got a new payroll person, I'm going to be pissed. Because Audra's my payroll person, and she's the bomb. Logs advisor, I love Debbie. Debbie was at Prime for like 23 years. Everybody wants to say how long they've been at Prime. But she was so, unpretentious. She was, so nice. So, all that. And she just retired. And that one hurt. I don't know if I could, so. Tyree has not been motivated since came back out last week. Every drive shift feels like a drag. I'm going to tell you, same thing here. I just don't have any real motivation. You know, sometimes you could be like, oh, you know, money would motivate me, which I guess money is always kind of a motivation. But, you know, there's not that much of a pressure for that to be motivation. There's not like, I mean, I already said I don't necessarily like driving trucks. And when it's like bad weather, I like driving in it even less. So it's just kind of, I've just been, hey, anybody old here, like let's say 45 and up, remember a movie in the 80s called Heaven Help Us? There was a word that was used in that movie. I feel melancholy right now. But if you haven't seen that movie, check out Heaven Help Us. It was like the fucking funniest movie in the world. Google it. Heaven Help Us. Alright. I did 600 miles. It was about Catholic school. One of the guys from the Brat Pack was in that movie. What was the one guy that nobody really knows all that well? I think he was in Pretty in Pink too. Then, anyway, it was a hilarious movie. I might have to see if that movie's on YouTube somewhere. I did 600 miles the other day and it felt like it took longer than it should have. Yeah. Daniel, I appreciate that. Like button situation and all that. Yeah, finding the motivation is hard. Okay, Andrea, we are in the old category. Andrea, that's a good movie to watch if you need to blow some time. That was one that flew under the radar. My wife is trying to say I might be old, or I might be old, but she's not. She's like older than me, so I know let's see. I know the company I'm with, a company, they have, okay, let me hold on. All right, WE Nation's talking about this company's giving them loads for less than 750 miles. Those are perfect loads, man. I don't mind a short load. As a matter of fact, I'd probably make my living off of loads that are 500, or let's say 700 miles and less. So I actually prefer those. My wife is trying to say I'm 2 decades older. Somebody needs to act like a fucking adult and see into the future. So, anyway, so I'm sitting at this Love's, right? Now, I got here early enough yesterday to actually pick a spot with some thought behind it. So I'm up against the curb, up against the grass, right? So yesterday I got as close to that grass as I could get, or the curb as I could get. So if somebody was backing in, there'd be a lot of space next to, you know, there and everything. So sometime yesterday, a flatbedder came in with an oversized load, and he straddled two spots, right? The problem was when he straddled those two spots, I was thinking there's going to be a driver that's going to try to put a truck between, because there was enough room, but it wouldn't have been a spot. He would have been straddling two spots. Don't tell me I didn't pull forward and back up and center myself into this spot so nobody would even think about pulling in over there. All right, the blind side, I'm at prime 1, kind of empty when I rolled in. It was pretty empty. Well, I don't know what it looked like inside because I didn't go inside, but there's plenty of room to park my trailer, all that kind of stuff. Going through inbound took, that was a good hour and a half to go through. Danger Brand, what's up? Tyree, I just can't stand those pickup next day drop-off runs. Make me feel like I'm FedEx. Tyree, I don't mind those loads as long as they don't have a bunch of time in between them. Like this load I picked up in Edgerton, Kansas. Pickup is the back end of the windows, 9 a.m. It's a drop-off in Springfield at basically 9 p.m., let's say 8:30 p.m., and it's like not even a 5-hour drive, right? So I leave at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. I get to the terminal like 2 or 3. Now, luckily, I had a terminal. I had to stop at a truck stop and burn off them hours or whatever. That's what I don't like. And what's worse is the ones where they pick up like midday-ish, and it's supposed to drop off like at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and you got a bunch of time to burn in the middle of the night, and there's no, there might not be any parking or whatever. So now I'm sitting in fuel islands or whatever, just trying to burn some time and not able to get any sleep or whatever, unless I find a spot. Usually I'm able to find a spot, but Blindside only took 13 minutes to go through inbound. Man, I tell you, that took forever. Danger Brand is a driver at ATS. I've heard decent things about that company, and I can't say I've heard anything bad about that company. Somebody at Super Ego is trying to throw Prime around again. I was like, you could be a number of different companies and throw Prime's name around. Super Ego is not the one to be trying to throw comparisons or, disparaging remarks about a company. That's not the company to do that one. Golden Boy, what's up? Check something. All right. So my delivery tomorrow is at 3 p.m. I don't know if any of you guys have been to this place out here. What's it called? It is called, one of my favorite places to deliver, though, I can tell you that. It is Blue Buffalo in Richmond, Indiana. If you've driven down I-70 in Indiana, you've passed by it. It's about 30 miles, not 30, it's about 25 miles west of the Petro and New Paris, and then right down the road from this Love's that I'm in now. But that place, nice little staging area, overnight parking, whatever. And okay, well, there's an ATS trucking company too. And super quick unload. So anyway, that's my delivery tomorrow. So it's supposed to be at 3 p.m. I'm gonna get there at like 9 a.m. check in, see what's up. But the reason I like it is there's plenty of parking in the area. Once I get done getting unloaded, boom, run down to the Petro. I may not even need to get a washout. It looked like they were very delicate when they put this stuff in there. And it's dog food or pet food or whatever, but it's frozen. I'm running it at -10, and it's all boxed up with plastic wrap on it. So I doubt I'm going to even need a washout on it. So hopefully I'll get a load coming out of Columbus, Ohio tomorrow. Maybe Marzetti. Like that load. Only good thing about Super Ego is their trucks do the dash, but I'll be scared considering the maintenance on those trucks isn't up to par. There is nothing about Super Ego that is even, like, I felt like being like Will Smith on that one. Keep Prime's name out your fucking mouth. Like, that company? Like, really? Yeah, I'm talking about the pet food place. It says Blue Buffalo on the side of it. Is right, like, it's hard to miss it, especially once you've seen it. I've delivered there before. Um, you know, they got you doing a little bit of dumb stuff, but for the most part, man, you pull in there, pull into the staging area, walk up to the guard, give him your shit. He gets your phone number, he gives you your paperwork back. They call you when the door's ready. You pull in through the gate, get on the scale. For some reason, you got a scale going in. You get on the scale, pull into the dock, put your paperwork in the back. No, did I? Yeah, put the paperwork in the back. They come back out with your paperwork. And then you scale on the way out, and then you're out. But I like that place. I tell you what I don't like as much is that Hostess in Edgerton, Kansas anymore. That place used to be nice. I think ever since they stopped giving away them little Hostess donuts, truck drivers have been like not giving a fuck so much. That place has more shit behind the trailers now. Like, I don't think drivers were like cleaning out their trailers like that in front of the building back in the day. Now it's just like, if you ain't gonna give me my donuts, I'm gonna clean out my truck right here. Golden Boy Expert, I just finished all your vids while driving around this past year. You got to do more so I have something to listen to. Man, there's a lot of lives out there. I don't know how you could listen to all them damn lives. Some of them lives, especially the ones at home, when I can have a little bit of drink. Those are especially when I first get home. All right, Tyler, you have fun on bumpy I-70. That highway is horrible between Indy and Ohio state line. Indiana's highways are so bad that probably 5 months ago, I was driving in Indiana. I don't think I was on 70, but I was in Indiana. Well, let me tell this in reverse. It might make more sense. So I'm losing air pressure in my tire, right? So I'm at the terminal, and I'm like, listen, if there's I know this cannot be a big hole in this steer tire. I know Prime is not going to repair a steer tire. So I was like, you know what? There's this place right around the corner from Prime. Let me go there and see if I can get it repaired. Because it couldn't have, I mean, it had to be the smallest hole ever. I was losing like a pound a night or something. It was very minimal. But I kept losing it. So I take it to that place, and you know, the guy's like squirting the tire, everything. He can't find anything. He pulls the tire off the rim, and I hit a pothole in Indiana that was so deep that it cracked the inside of my rim. So you wouldn't have been able to see. It didn't crack the outside. You couldn't see it like if you were to look at the outside of the rim. Cracked it on the inside, and that was what was causing it to leak air. So I know about them potholes. Justin, Golden Boy, I feel you don't miss a no hippie video or slime pack. I got a regular video coming out tomorrow. I like live videos so much better. But I got a regular video coming out probably tomorrow. It's going to be specific for people at Prime upgrading from TNT to their own truck. Just some things to think about. It's hard to want to pick up, just to do a regular video these days. It's just hard to do. Golden Boy started Prime in mid 2023, and you were always recommended to me. You're a solid guy, man. I'm all right. Trucking is trucking. There's only so much shit you could tell somebody about trucking, but especially young people, I just hope that if I can pass on any words of wisdom, is to have a longer horizon that you think of, and don't feel like you gotta chase money out the bat. There's more money out there than you can grab. So think long term with a lot of stuff. I knew a pothole and never could find my weeds. Stephen Sherry, I've taken a sledgehammer to straighten the rim out. Man, I'd be afraid to do that on a steer tire. But like I said, you couldn't see the crack. It was on the inside of the rim. Golden Boy Expert thinks I keep it real, man. Sometimes I feel like I keep it too real. I haven't got the call from Prime yet, or like some people have, but you always wonder. Redhead Nut Trucking Nation, out of the time that I've been here. Okay. Oh, here's what you got to do. 2 things I want to talk about real quick. 2 things to do. Now, it's getting near the end of the winter, so this isn't that big deal. Man, get you a spray bottle. This is for new people. Get you a spray bottle. You can get this at like Dollar Tree or, Walmart, whatever. Like $1.25, whatever. Get you some alcohol. And get this in here, and then you could use it. Boom. If you need to spray down your hands, you could use it like that, right? But primarily, you can get your windshields with this. If they start icing up by your wiper blades, you could just get out there, and this will spray far enough to get your wiper blades. I've been running minus 30 degree, windshield wiper fluid or whatever, and still have had it ice up on me. So not only do I put some in with the windshield washer fluid, if I know I'm gonna be like that, I keep this handy so if it starts caking up, I can spray it down. That's one thing. Man, get you some red tacky. Get you some of this red and tacky grease. This right here is a pound. And it costs like $8.50 at Peterbilt. I think it's about the same on Amazon or whatever. But, it's just your regular stuff right there. So much easier to use than if you have some people out here with these caulk guns and shit like that. Way too much effort. Then I had some that you squeezed it out. That's just too hard to squeeze out. The packet, sometimes you don't get full coverage. This right here, just get you a little... get you a little plastic bag. Get it on your hand, scoop it in there, wipe it around, get you some good coverage. You're good to go. Anyway, you could use Everclear if you'd want. I'm not an Everclear type of a person, but man, I'm probably never going to make a cooking video again, at least in the near future, man. I wouldn't even know how to do it anymore. The cooking video I posted a while back, that video is like 6 years old. All right, redneck trucking, we'll disregard that. Midlife trucker, what's up? Listen, as far as drinking and shit goes, there was once a time when the effects were really the only reason to drink. Coming out of that high stress ass mortgage industry, shit like that. But when you get a little bit more refined and bourbon is your drink, you don't find a lot of people drinking bourbon for effect and shit like that. And that's my drink of choice. Usually people that drink bourbon are like connoisseurs and shit like that. Midlife Trucker, I'm in Indiana, Richmond, Indiana, at the Loves. But shoot. This is going to be somewhat short. I'm about to get off of here, give my wife a call real quick, and then I'm going to take advantage of this time that I have to sleep and relax while I can. Let me see. Get these comments. You need a cigar to drink bourbon. It's a fancy drink. I'm not much of a cigar person, so I can't do that. Lyle, a real drinker. I need flavored alcohol crown. Oh, man, there's nothing worse than flavored alcohol. As a matter of fact, one of my boys, TNT Barbecue, he pops in here every now and then. I went out to his house in Iowa, and I show up, and he had like some Crown Royal apple or something. I couldn't even drink that shit. I was like, I'd rather go without. The only thing I don't like is there's too many trainers that is training for the wrong reason. Okay, this is a good question to answer. So basically he's saying too many people are training at Prime for the wrong reasons and putting guys out to fail while on the road. The other two messages were sent by mistake. Nobody spotted me. You just saw me on here. Alright, so anyway, as far as the training goes, I agree about the training, and I actually miss training, but I won't do it. I miss training, but I hate everything about the loads I was getting as a trainer, the miles I was putting on my truck as a trainer, you know. But as far as the pure like training of it, and actually, you know, like I said, all my trainees, all of them were fucking beasts as far as the technical driving aspects of it. And then on top of that, I enjoyed the company of all my trainees. Even the one that was kind of like autistic and shit, that even made it even funnier. I mean, it wasn't like he was Rain Man and, you know, telling me how many toothpicks or whatever, but, you know, I had a good fucking time with all of them. And even the one, my last trainee, I felt like we were running so fucking hard that I was like, man, I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do with him in terms of backing and all that kind of stuff. So I was trying to get him to stay on my truck an extra week. And at first he said he was. So I was like, cool, I'm going to slow this down to like a solo truck and whatever. But then he changed his mind, and I was a little bit worried about him. I mean, we had some backing practice, not as much as I'd like. But one of the things that I did with all my students was I was like, you know what? Subscribe to this YouTube channel, My Trucking Skills, and just watch those videos on how he approaches different backs and all this kind of stuff. And he religiously watched that. So I don't think you could be trained enough to really come out of TNT without really like not having any issues or whatever. So normally you're gonna have to work through some stuff, but I kind of felt a little uneasy with him. But he got it down quick. I ran into him at a receiver in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and he was backing like a champ. And that was like 2 weeks after he upgraded, so that took a weight off my shoulder. Midlife Truckers in New Mexico. All right. What's the weather over there? I think it's cleared up. man, I heard I'm 40. It was not that good the other day. So anyway, yeah, I didn't come out of training, and I spent 7 months in training. I didn't come out of training. I mean, you know enough to do vanilla backs and stuff like that. Like, here's how, you could do your vanilla stuff, but like when there wasn't enough space in front of you or the docks were tight, like you understood backing, but you didn't master it. You didn't look at a situation and be like, oh, those docks are tight. Maybe I should, and there's plenty of room up front. Maybe I should move my tandems to the rear, or you know what? This, you just didn't think through things like that, or at least I didn't when I first came out. So there's always a certain amount that you have to learn on your own. Now my first student was an orphan student, and probably within a week of him getting on my truck, he was probably out back in if you were a trainer and you had 6 months, if you had only started training with 6 months under your belt, he was going to embarrass you out back. He'd be like teaching you how to back, which is one of the reasons why I wouldn't suggest training, as I wouldn't train in 6 months. Anyway, I'm about to get off here. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm going to call my wife, call tonight, and come back here and watch Boomerang is a movie I think I'm going to watch tonight. But hey, look up Heaven Help Us, movie from the 1980s. Classic movie. You got to check it out. I'm out.